Morning. You nervous, Whitey? Sings? Not nervous. You'll be right, Whitey. Tell me 3Ks. The quicker you run it, the quicker it's over. How'd you go?
It was good, man. Good over there.
What are you doing with your moat? Yeah, the off-season was a little bit different. Pretty cruisy for the first little period. Had a little bit of a scope on my knee, which was fine. Got that out of the way, and then went to Portugal with my now wife Emma and our 10-month-old daughter Harriet, and got married, which was really good. I'm not sure exactly how many boys we ended up having over there. That there would have been maybe 10 or so couples. So we had probably 4 or 5 days together over the wedding weekend together. So that was good fun having the boys over there. You know, a few past players as well, and enjoying a bit of time with them, which is something I don't get to do really often now, is go away with a group of boys, obviously having a small child, but that was good to have them over. Let's go get our skinnies done.
No.
You have to.
I got them done last week.
You have to get them done again.
What? Gears help me?
Help you what?
For this.
I can't help you lose any now, mate. You've had 12 weeks. Just broke the door. Yeah, apparently they've marked the track wrong. You got to do 8 laps instead of 7.5. You blokes last time actually should have done better because they actually marked the track shorter last time. It was only 2.8. How you feeling, mate? About the 3K. Nervous?
Nah.
Who are you expecting to win?
I did a bit of training with DMAC and Sinks in the pre-season. I reckon DMAC might take it out.
I reckon D-Max has got things covered. I honestly think the thing that cost blokes the most is honestly how nervous they are. I remember even checking my heart rate last year before we did it. Is this the way to go? I think you can go this way. My heart rate before I did it last year was sitting at like 150. And I haven't even started.
The middle K is probably the hardest one because you end up running, breaking out the blocks in your first K. You run really fast first 500 metres, and then sort of cool it off on the second 500. So then you actually got to pick the pace up on the second K. I think Gilmore used me as a pace. I did a fair bit of running with him in the break, and was always a little bit ahead of him, so he did really well to keep up today. But guys like Sinks and DMAC trained a fair bit with him in the off-season, knew they were in really good shape, so knew I was thereabouts with those guys, but they got me by about 5 seconds. It would just be a feeling of relief now, I imagine. The boys get pretty worked up in the 2 hours in the lead up to the 3K. Not many boys probably slept last night, but good to get out of their way. Everyone's in pretty good shape, which is a good start for pre-season.
It's sort of changed pre-seasons now. It's not so much, I wouldn't really even call it an off-season anymore. It's sort of like a pre-season. So the expectation is you come back in not only just sort of just good enough shape, you actually come in some sort of shape, ready to go, ready to train, because the fitness staff and the coaches, they want the footies out straight away because you're constantly trying to get that competitive edge. So there's no real easing into it. They have the program set up for you. They set a program up for you over the off season. So if you haven't done the work, you get found out pretty quick.
It's unbelievable how different it is now, and even since I started here, and I started at Moorabbin, the facility then was falling over basically. I started over, towards Mornington Way, at that end of the ground, and just slowly came and moved up towards here as the facility started falling down, and it wasn't getting knocked over, it was actually falling down on its own. So what they've got now and what it's going to be throughout the next few years as well is really exciting. And this group of players is really lucky to have this, because I know the generation before that would have loved to have had a facility like this right in Moorabbin. You see the history of the club being represented in some of the stuff within the new facility now. The history of Moorabbin, some of the players that have been here before us, something we haven't had really for a long time at the footy club. So, you know, when the fans come down and come through Moorabbin, there's a cafe, the merchandise store, but there's some really good stories about where the football club has been over the last 140 years. So to have that as our home now and to have it really imprinted in Moorabbin, which has been a big part of the footy club, is really important.
Go! Go! Go!
Today, down at training, it was really nice to have a lot of the partners of the boys who actually have had their children. They were all down here today, so I think there was about 5 or 6 girls here today with all the kids running around, and I think that it was right during the running set for a lot of the boys. So I think a lot of the dads running around out there, it sort of got them up and about, and I think that's something that we really want to try and take a hold of this year, particularly in the 2019 season. It's really turned into a family club, particularly because a lot of the guys are getting to that age now where they've got little children, and it's just a great opportunity to provide some great memories for everyone. It's good for the supporters to know that we as disappointed as we were with last year, we've put that completely out of the spotlight, and it doesn't take long for the disappointment to sort of turn into hope and excitement. So I reckon by week 2 of the final series, I was already really looking forward to getting stuck into the pre-season, like majority of the guys, and sitting down with guys over the off-season. They were really keen to improve their footy, which sort of excites me as a 5+ year player. And I've never played finals before, and I'm heading into my 8th season, so there's no reason for the boys not to be hungry to play finals because it's been too long.